you're disconnected, you feel like people don't need you in their lives. Basically, you're all alone in this world. Now imagine 200 more people in your own city feeling the same way. What does it say? Are you really alone or are you just feeling lonely? हेलो एवरीबॉडी एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। मेरा नाम कवना है और मैं एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट हूँ। आज का टॉपिक आप लोगों को टाइटल से पता चल ही गया होगा। आई एम गोना टॉक अबाउट अ वेरी कॉमन ह्यूमन एक्सपीरियंस दैट इज कॉल्ड लोनलीनेस. Even as a psychotherapist, I myself have experienced loneliness for the longest period of my life. And I know so many clients who come to me with so many other issues, but there's always this underlying sense of loneliness and disconnectedness from the world. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about how you can turn that loneliness into something beautiful called solitude. But before that, let's understand what is the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a feeling that often makes us feel disconnected from the world. It makes us feel like we're not being understood, we're not being appreciated, and we feel unwanted in a lot of social situations. Loneliness is also often followed by a very intense feeling of sadness because आपको ऐसा महसूस हो सकता है कि कोई आपको समझता नहीं है और आप इस दुनिया में एकदम अकेले हैं. Solitude, on the other hand, is to genuinely enjoy the time that you have with yourself. Even if you are disconnected from the world, you don't feel sad. You feel fulfilled कि आप अपने साथ टाइम स्पेंड कर सकते हो और अपने बारे में इतनी सारी चीज़ें जान सकते हो और अपने आप पे काम करके इम्प्रूव कर सकते हो. So in short, loneliness is the feeling of sadness and feeling disconnected, but solitude brings the feeling of fulfillment, positivity, and peace. So how do we actually go about turning our loneliness into solitude? The first step is obviously to acknowledge that you are lonely and not avoid it. इसका मतलब ये है कि आप पहले accept करिए I am actually not feeling happy, I feel disconnected, I feel lonely. The minute you accept your emotions and you acknowledge that yes, I am feeling something unpleasant, you open up a pathway that you can work on it. Acknowledging difficult emotions can be extremely challenging. A lot of the times you might have noticed कि जब हमसे अपने emotions acknowledge नहीं किए जा रहे तो हम खुद को distract करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Whether it is binge watching, binge eating, smoking, drinking or any other dependence on अनहेल्दी बिहेवियर जो आपको उस मोमेंट में आपको अच्छा फील कराते हैं बट इन द लॉन्ग रन यू एंड अप फीलिंग रियली क्रैपी. इफ यू आर समवन हु वांट्स टू टर्न द हेवीनेस ऑफ लोनलीनेस इनटू द lightness of solitude, start with acknowledging that you are facing difficult emotions. इससे क्या होता है यू आर एबल टू अनपैक अ लॉट ऑफ अंडरलाइंग इमोशंस. Why exactly are you feeling lonely? Why are you disconnected from the world? What is it that you're avoiding with social circles? Are you shy? Are you awkward? Do you have anxiety? What are your fears? So all of these things can be unpacked if you just acknowledge that yeah, there is something that is difficult that's going on internally and I want to work on it. So the minute you acknowledge and the minute you accept that yes, लाइफ इज़ नॉट परफेक्ट, जैसे ही आप अपने डिफ़िकल्ट इमोशंस को एक्सेप्ट और एक्नॉलेज करना स्टार्ट करेंगे यू विल नोटिस दैट अ लॉट ऑफ द डिस्ट्रेस दैट इज़ इन योर लाइफ इज़ बिकॉज सम ऑफ योर मेजर सोशल एंड साइकोलॉजिकल नीड्स आर नॉट मेट. और कई बार ये भी हो सकता है कि बहुत ही सालों से या आपके चाइल्डहुड से ही आपके बहुत सारे इमोशनल साइकोलॉजिकल नीड्स मीट नहीं हुए हैं. This brings me to the second point, which is to get in touch with your inner child or your angsty teenager. A lot of the times the unmet needs of our teenage self also resurfaces as emotional distress when we grow up as adults. So what does it mean to get in touch with your inner child? To get in touch with your inner child is to understand all your needs that are not met or that have been exploited, whether it is being shamed as a child or being bullied or being insulted or being traumatized or abused. All of these things in the childhood can have a long lasting effect on your psyche. Understand कि कैसे ये सारी incidents आपके personality को affect किया है. Once you get in touch with your inner child or your angsty teenager and you understand कि हाँ I have gone through these things, and I have felt these difficult emotions, and some of the needs are unmet. You start to nurture your inner child or your angsty teenager. But how do you do that? How do you nurture something that you cannot physically see or touch? So, when we're dealing with something so intangible, as a therapist, I have a few recommendations. The first way you can start nurturing your inner child or your past self is by visualization. Now, visualization is not very difficult. You close your eyes, you take a few deep breaths, you relax your mind and body, and then you try to picture yourself as a little child, whether it's your 10-year-old self or your 15-year-old self. So you virtually go back in time and you pacify your inner child as the adult that you are. This could look like, going back in your mind's eye and hugging your inner child, or hugging your teenage self, or letting them cry, or letting them feel angry. Is process mein you might feel a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, and sometimes a lot of emotional release through crying also. My advice is, if it feels a bit daunting to go back to your past experiences, try doing it with someone in a safe space, जैसे कि थेरेपी रूम में अपने थेरेपिस्ट के साथ ट्राई करना. द सेकेंड थिंग दैट आई सजेस्ट एज अ थेरेपिस्ट इज टू राइट लेटर्स. Yes, that is right. Writing letters can be a wonderful exercise to really understand what you're going through and then release the things that do not serve you. So you can write a letter to your inner child, you can write a letter to your teenage self, or you can write a letter to the characters in your life who have made you the person you are today. This can be negative as well as positive. This could include writing letters to your bullies from back in school, or writing a gratitude letter to that one teacher who always had your back, or anyone else that you feel had a very significant impact on your life. But inner child का बहुत हो गया. What about your present self? What about the person that you are today? That brings me to my next step, which is to practice self-care and self-compassion. Self-care is any activity that makes you feel recharged, rejuvenated, and you feel like yourself again. This could include just spending time with yourself, journaling, exercising, going out in the sun, spending time with your friends or family members, anything. Whatever activity makes you feel like, yes, my life is worth living, that is a self-care activity for you. Now, what is self-compassion? Self-compassion is the act of being kind to yourself. A lot of the times, जब हम लोग अपने आप पे काम करते हैं, we tend to be a bit harsh on ourselves, We might say, "अरे, I was so stupid to make that mistake," or "I was so dumb back then. Only an idiot can make a mistake like that." You are holding your past self to a very high standard. That is a bit unfair, I personally feel, because जो knowledge और wisdom आपको आज है, वो शायद आपको कल नहीं था, या वो शायद आपको 1 साल पहले नहीं था. So whenever we're working on ourselves, we realize that we're not perfect. We have made a lot of mistakes. We have messed up a lot of times. But self-compassion here is important, because when we are acknowledging all these things about our lives, we are kind to ourselves. We are not holding ourselves to some harsh standards. Maybe we've set the standards for ourselves, or maybe we've internalized through our parents, our society, or whatnot. The idea is to remain gentle with yourself when you're working on yourself, because these things are part of being human. सो सेल्फ केयर के साथ साथ जब भी आप अपने इंटरनल फीलिंग्स के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, प्लीज़ रिमेंबर टू ऑल्सो बी kind to yourself and show yourself a lot of love. One example that I always give my clients is कि imagine your best friend, the person you love the most in the world, comes to you and shares the same problem. तब आप उनको कैसे respond करोगे? You will obviously बहला के सहला के बहुत प्यार से आप हैंडल करोगे. So why not give that same love, that same kindness and that same compassion to ourselves when we are going through something difficult? All these things के बाद भी अगर आपको ऐसे लग रहा है कि I just need something more, I'm not able to turn this feeling of loneliness into solitude and embrace my life alone, then my last point for you today is to seek help. By help, I mean in any person or any space that is comfortable to you, whether it is seeking help from a friend or a family member or colleague or a peer, online communities. There are online spaces like Reddit, great way to feel part of something larger than yourself. Once you start putting your emotions out there, you will realize कि अरे There are so many people who are going through similar things. Maybe not the same exact thing, but definitely similar things. And lastly, of course, as a therapist, I always suggest everyone to talk to a therapist because psychological well being, your mental health is still a very big part of your overall health. अगर आपको अपने बारे में, अपने लाइफ, अपने पास्ट के बारे में कुछ डिफ़िकल्ट चीज़ें बात करनी है, एक्सप्रेस करना है, उसके ऊपर काम करना है और इम्प्रूव करना है, so there are so many avenues that are open to you and therapy is obviously one of them. I always believe that just talking to somebody, putting your emotions out there itself can be very cathartic. If you or someone you know can make use of therapy and improve their mental health, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. This is my Instagram where you can get in touch with me. You can DM me to book a session or just have a chat about mental health or psychology. Also, let me know in the comments if you have ever experienced loneliness and were you ever able to turn that loneliness into solitude. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.